Hello there folks and welcome to part 41 of our Neil Robertson career mode on Snooker 19. And today it's time for the quarterfinals of the Scottish Open against one of the home favourites, of course, the Wizard of Wishaw, John Higgins. Now we've got a very good record against Higgins, so I'm very looking forward to playing him. Of course, we played against him in the Oppo International Championships. In the semi-final, got to the final. Then we played him in the quarterfinals of the Champion of Champions, beat him to the semi-final. And I have an idea we did play him in the Betway, in the Betway UKs, but I didn't check that earlier. But we've got him in the quarterfinals today. But crucially, the previous two times I know we've beaten him, we've gone on to play Judd Trump. But it's been the other way around this time. We beat Judd Trump in the last 16, and now it is time to go and try and beat Higgins to book our place in a second successive semi. Oh no, so not a second successive because we got knocked out by Ronnie in the last tournament. So, two semi-finals in 3 tournaments. You can always twist these things. But just to thank you, as always, the views are still coming in nicely for this series. About 70 of you watching every time a video comes out. So, that's really good stuff considering this game's been out for just about 2 months now. So, thank you for your constant support. That's always really, really appreciated. And as always, if there's anybody you think would enjoy watching this series, feel free to recommend it to them. That would be absolutely fantastic and a bit of free promotion for me. But the two players shake hands. Higgins has probably got a bit of a smirk on his face thinking, oh, I've got a bit of a problem up on my hands now. And we've really come into our own in the last match against Judd with a 95 and 89 break. With that 89 break being a personal best. If you're looking at my previous high breaks. But of course the 95 was our ultimate best. But I haven't played this game since that game, so again that might be a bit of a struggle to see if we can achieve anything like that. But we're going to go for this opener. I fancy it, and let's see how we get on. And of course we can probably open up the reds a little bit if we do pot this. Equally, if we'd miss it, of course, we open up the reds. But, well, we didn't really open up the reds that much, did we? That's a bit of a shame. Nonetheless, at least we've got a decent pot chance on. It's not just a case that... lost me words now and lost me thinking. It's not a case that it's just a one pot break. But hopefully this should be onto this red that's a little bit further away from the pack, which it is quite nicely.
7.
Ooh. Forgot the pink was going to go on the black spot, but I think it should just make it. That is going to be tight. But in some ways, we don't leave anything else on if we don't get it, so let's see if it goes. No, it does. That's fine. I was worrying about nothing.
8.
Now, if I'd have been a bit more confident that was going in, I'd have played a bit of... Can't think what I was going to say. I'd have played into the reds a bit more. But because I wasn't that confident, I was just a little bit cautious. So, unfortunately, that's going to be the end of our mini break.
He really needs to tighten up on his positional play.
Alright, okay. Blooming hell, folds. Right, so we're just going to play it up the table and see how we get on. Because, of course, that leaves the cue ball safe, and we'll just hope that Higgins makes a mistake. But that's nicely back up to bulk. And unless he sees a plant or whatever, there won't be a pot out of that now.
Brilliantly played. Neil Robertson.
Solid start there from us. That's a very thick one there. And where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going? He's okay. But he's not left it safe, has he? Strange, that is, to say the least.
Playing the pot here.
That split is not bad at all.
Whether we would have missed that on hard difficulty, that's a question, but we're going to keep it on medium difficulty because you can't change it and you have to go back and start your career mode, etc. To do that, so I think we just got a bit better at the game, and that's something that we can look upon positively rather than negatively. It's like my MotoGP career mode. I've just recorded that, and let's just say I did quite well in my first Moto2 race, and I was getting quite pessimistic, thinking, well, you know, the difficulty's too low, and this isn't really much of a challenge. But at the end of the day, let's just praise that we are winning, you know, winning for once.
Position looks good for a colour.
But of course, it's, you know, we're in frame 1. I wouldn't be getting on my high horse yet.
No real problem here.
A nice start, but I've overscrewed that actually. I was hoping for the red that we're pointing to now with the aiming bar. Sometimes it does go wrong. And as I said, I was a little bit cocky probably. We could go for an outrageous pot of that, but just going to look at our options. And unfortunately, each red seems to block the other. Unfortunately. So we're just going to have to hope we get this up to the cushion, but of course it's going to hit the yellow, I think, on the way through, so... See how we get on. I don't think this has gone very well, but... No, we've left a few on, but... Again, it was our own fault there. Getting a little bit too cocky for our own good. But Higgins has missed that. It's a poor shot, really, from the wizard. Not much wizardry there. The only player I've played against, really, that impresses me massively. Judd's played some very good games against us. So he's done very well. I remember that good break he had with the pinks and the reds, just practically clearing every one of them up with the pinks. But Higgins, when we've played him, has been very poor, and I suppose that's reminiscent to real life in some ways. Higgins can be quite inconsistent. But now Ronnie's been... When we played Ronnie, I was just amazed, because he played really well.
7.
And it almost was like no mistake snooker.
He's attempting to sink this into the left corner pocket.
But the blue's quite a saviour for us at the moment, really. We're using the blue to our advantage.
12.
But no pot yet for John. This could be a little bit of a tricky one. But it's there, though. Good pot.
No problem there.
Back on the blue again, possibly.
Outstanding effort.
If not, we can go for the yellow. And I think I will go for the yellow here, just for a bit of peace of mind that we know we can get the pot. And that's not bad. It's about where we wanted to end up, though, to be fair. So, good stuff.
15.
Despite what David Hendon might sometimes say, though, we've won pot. Well, it's the frame over. But, no, despite what Hendon might say... Ooh, that's a little bit unfortunate.
16.
Bad contact there. I think that's to be the green if we go for one here. Going to be tight. But despite what Hendon said, or sometimes says, the frame's certainly not over yet.
Brilliant.
That's not a bad shot to get out of there.
Excellent positional play there.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward position, but it's all about how you get out of it, I suppose. I'm going to have to go for this one, because I don't think this one actually goes. No, it will actually, so... That should be okay. We're getting a bit more accurate with our... Oh, come on. Oh, we just got away with that. We're getting a little bit more accurate with our shots as well in terms of the power, which is good. Good to see. Now, we've got to go for the blue here, haven't we, if we're going for a pot. So again, this could go wrong.
Very tricky shot coming up.
It is a tricky shot, I agree, but that looks pretty good to me. Lovely
What
pot.
a beautiful pot that is.
And the cue ball has finished very nicely.
Now let's try and give this a pot and then potentially screw back and get the black into play. We don't really need to screw back though, I suppose.
He's going for the left corner pocket.
Can just play a long pot on the black.
I'm not sure that's what he intended.
Yeah, alright, Hendon, shut up.
26.
Oh no, it's folds. Sorry, it's folds. No folds. God, if you can hear that outside, he's like MotoGP out there. It's a nice pot on the black though. Finally gets it, moves back to its spot, which is where we like it.
He's played that very well.
33.
See if we can try and get this anywhere near the black, but if not, hopefully another colour's on.
That's a top shot.
Bounce off the cushion. That's nice. That'll do us.
In this frame.
34.
We're playing with some nice precision here.
Nicely played.
41.
Get that red moved. And that's decent on the black, unless this red comes back off the cushion. But no, it doesn't, so that's okay.
2.
Not the easiest pot, to be fair, so we might well go for something a little bit simpler.
Well, he's looking at potting this into the right corner pocket.
God, I'm sure I'm at Silverstone with all these bikes outside. We'll take that, though. We'll take that indeed. Not with that pot necessarily, but with this one down here. Could be quite narrow, might be a missable chance, I suppose, but it's there. And the frame should pretty much be over now.
46.
Certainly will be with this black anyway. But no reply from John, which is a little bit of a shame. But a solid start for us.
53.
And maybe Robbo could be coming into his own. We've had a little bit of a poor start to the season, compared to maybe what you'd expect for Robertson, but as I've just said, we're coming into our own now.
54.
And wouldn't it be great to try and win a first tournament?
Tricky pot along the cushion here.
Gone for this pink purely to see if we can get for a red, but it wasn't hard enough, that wasn't, unfortunately, to get it back down to the cushion, so this will be end of break, I'm guessing. Always give it a go. No, it's nowhere near, but that'll be absolutely fine. That'll secure the frame. And no reply from John Higgins, and that's a very nice start for us.
Neil Robertson, 60. Frame conceded. Frame, Neil Robertson.
And that is
So,
the frame.
second frame, time for us to have a break off.
So, he's nudged in front.
Thank you. The second frame.
It's
Neil
usually us
Robertson.
who's behind, isn't it, in a first frame? Or, yeah, especially against Higgins. We've had a few 3-2 comebacks. It's not to say that Higgins might do the same to us today. Ooh. Not a bad
easy
break.
safety, this.
It's a good safety. Nice.
He's got the cue ball in a great position.
Agreed. Now, if this comes back off the cushion, it should avoid these two reds, fingers crossed. I think it would anyway. Yep, it does. Oh, don't hit the green. Ah. Again, we just need to get bypass the green, be behind the brown, but we have left a pot on for him now. I mean, for goodness sake, if he doesn't get
He's
this,
playing safe here.
he might just walk out the arena. Not needing to play it with pace, and that's a nice starter for John.
1. 8.
Now, that's a good black. So he should get this red,
For the centre pocket.
and probably another colour if he screws back for the black. And it's now his job to try and get into the reds.
Great
Oh,
cue.
interesting.
9.
Oh, he's missed the blue.
John Higgins.
Wonder if that was a bit of a
9.
safety attempt. You never know, I suppose. But this red does go, and I do fancy it a little bit. If we miss it, we give John a chance.
To the left corner pocket.
It's there. It's all about taking a chance sometimes.
That's really open
And that's a
the
chance
table
I was
here.
surprised John didn't take. I'm surprised he didn't go for the black. Because I did think that red could have been open, could have been a chance. So an early chance for John Higgins, thwarted really by his own issue. Can't do much about that.
He's looking to drop this into the middle pocket.
All we can do is take the opportunity we've got now, and that wasn't the cleanest of pots, to be fair.
Excellent shot.
9.
Blue's luckily down the bottom of the table, so we can play this a little bit better in terms of position and not have to worry about the blue in the middle of the table.
15.
This looks relatively easy.
This could be close, whether it goes back too far to go for the black.
Nicely positioned for the blue here.
I think blue's probably the best shot here. Even though this isn't a conclusive pot. Could go wrong. No, it's a nice pot, but...
Careless.
Yeah, careless, agreed. In going for that pot, we just ran out of position, so... Tricky safety now. Gonna have to use this red, I think, and just hope we can get the cue ball safe. No, it's gone way too far. It's too hard, that is. Gives John a chance here. Not so perfect in this frame.
He's not played that well. Tough
But if it was
shot.
3 centuries, it'd be
Played it
pretty
better.
boring at the same time.
Neil Robertson, 21.
Great
Good
shot.
pot. Nicely for the black.
1.
Needs to take this chance.
Might have wanted to be a little bit further up to be straighter on it, but for someone like John Higgins,
8.
it's not really an obstacle. Nice through ball. Now he wants to open up these reds if he can, because in a few balls' time he's going to have a bit of a struggle, especially if he wants to maintain finesse around the black. I mean, he's coping at the moment, but he's got to open up these 5 reds at some point. But wow, that was pretty abysmal, if I say so myself.
John Higgins, 16.
Went for the pot,
4.
and yeah, he just completely missed it. Missed the pot and then potted the cue ball. I mean, how bad can you get? Not a good start here for Higgins.
Chance here.
What's the long pot looking like? It's there.
That's just magnificent.
Great pot.
That's great cue ball control. Excellent position.
1.
I'd be tempted for the black, but I also think that that could go wrong, and it's not the best shot in terms of position, is it really? So equally, I suppose, neither is this blue. Got to play this black to get back, this brown even, to get back sort of where we were.
Very tricky shot coming up.
It's tricky. It's there,
Well, I
but
think
that
he's
collision with the yellow hasn't really helped. Okay, we could probably still get to this red on the cushion, can we? Not for a pot, no, not unfortunately.
If he underhits this, it could end badly.
Where's the cue ball? Oh, we've done the same as John.
gone it off. That'll be frustrating.
Well,
Foul.
he's forcing us to
Neil
continue here, isn't he?
John Higgins,
Interesting. Very interesting. To be fair, there's no pot on, so you're probably thinking, let him make the same mistake again.
Just wants to get the cue ball safe here.
Oh, it's going to be that red, isn't it? Oh, dear. Yeah, good first frame, and all of a sudden it's all come apart in this one a bit.
He went for the
2 poor
snooker,
shots in a
but it
row
hasn't
there.
Really worked out.
I always say this, but a lot of the time it's whoever makes the least mistakes. I've just noticed that. It's the Scottish Open, isn't it? It's definitely the Scottish Open. And I'm sure on that leaderboard behind Higgins it said the English Open. Might be wrong, but I'll have to have a look next time he gets down to play a low shot, but
This is a
I
hard
might be
chance.
wrong. Yeah, that says English Open, definitely.
And
But he's missed the pot. Man, that's the most important thing. Never mind the name of the tournament that the developers might have got wrong, but yeah, it's definitely the English Open, I would say. So I'll get that followed up with the developers. Unless I've got the complete tournament wrong, but I'm sure that
Drop into the
the
centre.
English Open isn't a Bet Victor sponsored one anyway.
1.
But saying that, why would they have Bet Victor English Open?
This isn't easy.
Oh, I don't know. Let's just focus on the snooker, shall we? And follow up on that later on. This is a tricky yellow, but it's the only shot we can go for here. It's there, nice pot. But with that, we've let position go a bit.
3.
Can we still steal this frame?
Tricky pot, no doubt.
It's tricky, might not get this. It's there though, great stuff. And we've actually managed to get really nicely on the black as a result. Great pot.
11.
Solid again. Just got to keep it tight now and then we win the frame. Nicely on the cushion. This was going to be a barrier if any pot was.
This is a tricky one along the cushion.
Oh, that might not go. Oh, it has. Bit of luck there, I'd argue. Gotta go for the blue, really. I don't fancy the black. Particularly with it seems to be being such a precarious lead as well.
Long pot, right up his street.
Oh, good pot. Where's the cue ball, though? We've tried to get it close to this red so we can go for it, but not close enough that it goes in the pocket.
25.
You just got to hope this goes in down the table.
He's tempted by this red.
Great pot.
Oh, tremendous pot.
He'll be very happy with the
He's happy with that, our Hendon. I say our folds there, but it's not. Right, what do we play now? We've got to play brown, haven't we? Come back down, I would say.
The fact that he's forced to use the rest makes it a little trickier.
Well, we've collided with a lot of balls there, and amazingly, for a bit of pot luck, we've managed to come onto the blue. Onto the red. Don't worry, I do know the rules of snooker, don't panic. I know which ball we've got to play. That's the last red, and with the colour, we secure the frame, bar in snookers.
Just the black needed now.
And that should be a 2-frame lead. Oh, a little bit over-screwed there. Could have done with being directly on the cushion for the yellow, but we'll give it a go from here anyway. And I think certainly if we pop this, it's frame over. Good for pot. Nice stuff.
40.
Might as well pot 1 or 2 more just to stop any temptation of John coming back to the table.
Half a chance here.
Half a chance, yeah. Could go, might not do, but it looks like on target, and it is. Great stuff. Can we clear up here?
47.
Doesn't really matter if we don't, but I don't think we're going to bother, because I don't think we can get on that pink anyway. That's come off a lot of cushions, so...
Pot's on, and he's going for it.
Pot's accurate enough.
About his power after that shot.
Probably need a bit more power, but we'll go for the pink. Again, it's all pot in practice
52.
for the future.
Not an easy one, but a half chance.
If we get the pink, there's no problem with the black, but this could be a tricky one. It's there, though.
Brilliant.
If you never go for it, you never know. And you'll never know what's going to happen, but this isn't going to help John. He's going to be 2-0 down here. And we're only 1 frame away from the semi-final of the Scottish Open and knocking the home favourite out.
65. And the frame near Robertson.
Of course, Graham Dott being another home favourite. Yeah, he's the Bet Victor Scottish Open. That's alright then.
Thank you. The third frame.
John Higgins to break.
Higgins to break.
Didn't have a look in the first frame. That last frame he did have a bit of a look in, but I have to say he played pretty poorly, and that is another lacklustre break. Gonna give it a go though, seeing as we're 2-0 up with this pot. And it's there. That's just broke the reds up a little bit more.
1.
Can we win this frame and get to the semi-final? Oh, it's underscrewed. Luckily, there's that many balls on the table that we weren't necessarily going for just one, which is fine.
So, this pot into the right corner. What a top pot that was.
Good pot. And we've left the black on.
6.
Great pot. See what we can do now with the table as it is. Try and move this red out of the way. Not the best position on the black, but I might fancy it, seeing as there might be nothing else on. No, we can't get to the blue for a pot, so again, yeah, it's going to have to be this little bit of a trickier black, but it's not massively difficult. I'll say that and I'll miss it by a mile now, but that looks pretty good, and it's there.
21.
Good red.
20.
Now, yeah, the blue looks okay, and then just try and not much screw back, but not as much power equally. Need this to get to the pocket, of course, but equally could do a good position on a red.
Into the left centre pocket.
Yeah, it definitely says Brett Victor English Open. This needs to get to the pocket. It's there.
And in it goes.
He really looks in fine form at the moment.
We are playing well, aren't we? If I say so myself. Oh, we could get 2 for the price of 1 here, but ultimately, it's not going to be on a colour. I'd say pink. Yeah. It's going to be our best chance for pot here.
He's an expert long potter, and he's taking this on.
Alright, don't build us up too much.
So close.
Ooh, just about missed it.
That'll annoy him.
Just off there. Ball's in a bit of a precarious position though now. Whether John can develop them, we'll have to have a look. But a decent start anyway.
Good chance to get a foot in the door here.
Great pot.
1.
Always going for a long pot. That's a risk, but he's done it. To be fair, it was quite a straight one, so not the hardest. Another solid red. He could come back now, but long way to go for him to get back to that.
16.
Playing with some nice finesse at the moment, but all that John's been able to do is play with finesse for a few balls and then get a bit aggravated. And look at that. That exact example. Way too hard. If he'd have just played that a bit softer, he'd been absolutely fine.
He's looking at this red. Fabulous effort. That's a great pot.
Jesus Christ, calm down, Hendon. He wasn't that good.
1.
What a fantastic... Alright, calm down, Hendon. Jesus. Ooh. No, that should go, shouldn't it? Past the blue. Not necessarily. Yeah, definitely says Bet Victor English Open. My case is closed.
He really doesn't want to underhit this shot.
Ooh, this might be end of break, you know. This will just about squeeze through, so that's our best chance, I would argue, of a pot here. Looks good, and it's on target. What did I say earlier? If you don't give it a go, you'll never know.
That for a positional shot. Perfect.
9.
Oh, whoa, we don't quite want to hit it that hard. Another long pot on here. Got to be a little bit of power just to get it where we want it. That's the cue ball.
Yes, he's taking the pot on.
I thought the power wouldn't have helped. Yeah, it's a shame.
Neil Robertson, 16.
He's playing for the right corner here.
Right, come on then, John. You've got a chance here. See what you're made of.
6.
Only 2 reds left. He needs both of them.
7. 12.
That's not the best position. Will he play a safety? Oh no, we'll just go for the pot there. Nice.
What a wonderful pot.
Red and the pink's going to be a tricky one. So he's gone for the yellow. Oh, nice. Very nice position there, John. That's your shot of the match. Probably the shot of the match. And he's potted that. Here he comes.
16.
Loose position, what's he on about? But he's down to the colours. That's loose position. 9 behind with 27 to go. He's just playing a safety there.
John Higgins.
Has it worked? No, that's the answer. We can try and swerve out of this. We can even try and swerve and get a pot. If we were to be so bold. Just trying to keep this cool and... Oops. Oh, we've reset the spin now. That's good. That'll do. Okay, we just got to try and hit this exactly right. No, it was... Because it wasn't exactly right, we didn't get the pot. And now John's got a chance. We've been so accurate with the speed so far, it's a bit of a shame.
But he hasn't left the cue ball safe.
And now John has got a chance. Okay, it's not too catastrophic. We are 2-0 up and John is still behind. And he's missed that. Yeah, we could tell that from quite a while away.
Not this time.
Well, 7 ahead, 25 to go.
John Higgins, 2.
This should be relatively simple.
No, I don't really know what I was playing there, I must confess.
3.
Looks like a decent chance. Again, if we were further down, I might have been a little bit hesitant to play this.
Half a chance here.
Great pot. And now we've got a chance. Pink's not in the conventional position, that might be a bit of a problem. 14 ahead though, we only need the blue. And we have beat John Higgins by 3 frames to 0.
Just the blue required.
It's there. Great stuff.
Oh,
Now let's not consider stupid foul, but equally let's just try and go for a double.
Back into the match for his opponent.
12.
No, it's nowhere near. John might go for this, you never know, he might go for a snooker. It'd be well within his rights. Or he might just concede now.
That's not ended well. Tough shot, but not what he was hoping for.
He's going for a safety. He's battling on. Fair play to him. Might as well go for the pot. No, not quite there. Again, doesn't matter. He's trying to play safe, so us trying to get a pot helps a bit.
Tricky safety coming up.
Of course, if we get the pink, it is curtains, and oh, well, certainly is now a bit of a loose shot from John. The pink's there, and that is definitely the match over now.
Poor result.
This looks pretty simple.
6.
Did he just say this shot's pretty simple? Oh, it's not far away. It was on the jaw, so that shows it wasn't far away. But that is going to confirm the win we've got now over John Higgins. Very good match. Like the match against Trump, it was 3-0. And as I say, I think we've definitely come into our own now. So let's see if one of the top 3 in the rankings can give us a good match. But a good break of 65, as you can see. Domination over John Higgins there. And we're through to the last 4 of the Scottish Open. Who are we going to face? Is it going to be Ronnie, Selby, Williams? We haven't played Selby or Williams yet. Or is it going to be somebody else? So we're a little bit surprised about where about Ding in the UK's... not the UK, sorry, in the Northern Ireland Open. Who is it going to be? Mark Williams! Nice! We haven't played Mark yet. The Welsh potting machine. But in what episode will it be now? In Saturday, no, not Saturday's episode. In Sunday's episode, we will be playing against Mark Williams. Just a reminder, this is the first week of a run through where we have videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And of course, if we get through to the final, we will premiere that on Monday at 6 PM. But I'm sure I'll get the details of that when we can. So 20,000 up in this tournament so far in terms of prize money. If we won this tournament, it'd be a lot better in terms of our ranking points with prize money. But to get to the final, we have got to beat Mark Williams. That's a pretty tough job. But thank you all for watching this episode. I've certainly enjoyed it. I hope you have too. And in the next episode, we play someone new. And that person is a very tricky one. Of course, a world champion before Judd Trump took that away from him. Can we beat the Welsh potting machine? Let me know down in the comments. But until the next time, thank you all for watching. And I will see you all later. Goodbye for now.